Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. So today is a very good day. Today's a very good day, and yesterday as well. And the reason is that we managed to release an alpha version. Yay! Finally! I mean, it's not even been too long, I have to say, because if you consider that we started working on it for real about, I don't know, 1 year and a half ago, something like that. Now, don't get too excited because the alpha is still an alpha. Okay, so it's not really the whole thing, it's not completed, it's not fully working, it's still having a lot of bugs, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I wanted to put this image full screen, but no. Okay, so there is one view. There is one view of the main city, which is in Unreal Engine, and let's say the good thing that you can see is that we have a view of multiple places that before were disconnected, right? And now they are connected together, which is great. And they are connected because say thanks to Unreal Engine we managed to have a larger world altogether. I think we could have done it somehow also with the previous engine, but that would have caused a lot of trouble for performances, and yeah, I think now we can really manage larger worlds, which is great. So I'm a bit distracted because I'm still finishing the advertising on a different websites, but I'm pretty much done. So I did it on Facebook, I did it on Twitter, and I still need to do it on our on our calendar, which is the one where we manage all the events. Today is the 12th. Okay. Yeah, so I've been a bit quiet in the last couple of days because actually we were working on this release, and I think the release went kind of okay. So for now, it's only for the people that have access to Patreon, so that are, let's say, our sponsors. But I would say pretty soon we will open it also to more people. One of the issue of releasing it to everyone is that it's much harder for us to check, the potential bugs or crashes. So like yesterday night we were in a situation where the server was crashing a lot, and we were not understanding why. And so the fact that there were only few players on, I could really ask to the people to do one thing or another thing, and so we could really test. If we had like even just 15 or 20 people online at the same time, would have been so hard to understand what was going on, right? And so that is also one of the reasons why I think going in stages, with fewer people, and then at the beginning, and then a bit more, is helping us. So we want to reach a state where the server is at least stable. So at the moment, I'm not looking for say fixing all the bugs or making it perfect. At the moment, I'm really looking at ensuring that the server is stable enough to support the next phases, right? And the next phases will be opening it to more players, to more testers. So yeah, the server is up, is running right now. Let me check. Yes, it's running right now, I think. And it's been pretty stable in the last few days. I mean, yeah, it crashed a few times, but nothing really major, I would say. So it's working okay. It's working kind of okay. And hello everyone. I see someone is connected in Twitch, someone is connected in YouTube. Hello. So what are the next steps? Well, the next steps is really to make it work properly, because there are still some issues. I can summarize I can summarize some of the issues that we are having and the things that we need to fix. Well, there are a number of unfinished functionality, and that we know. So, like fighting, for example, is completely unfinished, and we have some managers which were like the game master events manager, which is not in. We had the anti-cheat system, which is not in. So there are some parts that are not in yet. The weather system is not in as well. So there are still some missing functionality, but there are some bugs. Now, I wanted to do a test with a real production data. And I think it was a very good decision because it really allows us to see if the server is able to load and manage, real data. Because one thing is testing it, with a quest that has like 2 steps, or testing one NPC. Another thing is testing 400 quests. I mean, loading 400 quests and seeing if the server can do that. So at the moment, the server is running with a full production data. The only differences are that is not having all the NPC loaded. It doesn't have guild houses, and no, I think pretty much it, because the rest is as in production. So all the quests, all the crafting, all the rules, all the scripts, everything is like in production. I had to do some manipulation, obviously, to adapt it to the new schema, but pretty much okay. We had I don't know, I think about 10 players connected or so, and it looked okay. So it seems to be stable enough. I already saw some pretty critical bugs and fixed them. Some already fixed. 1 or 2 I really need to fix now. So one bug that I've seen is on the glyphs and the research, mainly on the research spell window. So this bug is pretty bad because it does not allow players with a lot of glyphs in their inventory to load in. And this was something that we were a bit surprised at the beginning. We couldn't catch why, but let's say the problem is very simple. There is kind of an infinite loop while loading glyphs greater than 9 counts. So if you have more than 9, the window doesn't allow you to fit the 9 because there is no scroll bar. The code, for whatever reason, is searching for the next slot, is not finding it, and is going into a loop, and so is looping forever. Now the blueprint system is smart enough to detect that after 1 million iterations, and is actually telling you that you did 1 million iteration and you actually stopped the process somehow. But still is delaying so much the initial loading that some people cannot even reach the game, the world, so they cannot connect. They try to connect, they kind of freeze, and then they stop. So this is the one that we absolutely need to fix. The other one that I would like is to do one test from scratch of converting the database. I don't know if I really want to do it or not. I think I need to, because I would like to take again the hello Tony. I would like to take back the production database and do one full test from scratch. That would be very nice. And the other thing I want to do is to enable the new fly spray, which is our bug system. Andrew, which is one of the founders, by the way, has been with us since so many years. And if you are listening, hello. Has been working on this, so to enable the new fly spray to be used. Actually, our fly spray is very old. I think we used a beta version, of fly spray long time ago. I think that yes, fly spray was even in before release, but we installed it, we used it, and then we kept that version forever. You know, for the next 10 years, we always kept that version up to the point that you know it was very hard to use it because it was becoming too old. So um, Andrew worked on the update and actually managed today to complete the update, which is very nice. So the new fly spray is actually up. Now there are still few things to check, and also this is something that I would like to do today. Like I would like to see if we can. Yeah, it's still at the old address. Okay, still at the old address, but I think I see it in Italian for whatever reason, but I can show it to you. I think I can show it to you. And if you want to go to this URL, obviously you can. But yeah. So there is the new bug tracker. Now I still would like to have it in the old URL, so I think that Andrew will fix it soon, so that we have, you know, the old fly spray completely removed. Also because we have some integration from the website, which is pointing to the XML generated by this fly spray, which I hope will be the same. If not, okay, we will have the fly spray broken on the website for a bit. So in fact, if you go to our planeshift.it, we have here wow, why so big? We have here at the bottom the bug tracker update. So this stream is reading from the old bug tracker and is reading from an RSS, how you say it, RSS stream in XML, which is read from the bug tracking system. And I think that as soon as Andrew will do the switch, this will probably break, but it's fine. I think I can fix it later on if I have, you know, full access to the bug tracker. One thing that I did, I mean, I didn't see this system yet, so it's completely new to me. But as you can see, we still have all the bugs, you know, they were part of the old system. I don't know how many pages we have of this. We have 39 pages, so considering there are, I don't know, 20 per page, it's like 800 bugs or something. So I think that most of this can be removed, but I wanted to keep it, well, for a few reasons. First, because some are enhancement requests or are, let's say, feature requests, and some may still be relevant if they are related to rules or crafting or lore or NPC dialogue. So there are still some that could be relevant in the fly spray. Hello, Maui. Now, I don't think we should start to use it now for the new Unreal Engine version, because so the request for the people that have access to the release, please don't submit bugs yet, because we know, I mean, there are so many that I think we just you would just waste time, you know, in sending me bugs. I think I know at least the critical one I need to fix, and I will go through that first, and then maybe we will have a second phase where we can start to submit bugs. But still, I think that if you do add new tasks, somehow you should be able to select. Probably not. I need to understand how to do it, but I don't want to do it now. But anyway, we need to ensure that we are, you know, setting up the project in a way that it allows our tags. Let me just check that a second. If I go under Manage Projects and I go under Categories, in theory that should be, yes, the categories are here. So we have categories showing up. Now, for some reason, they are not showing up when you do add new tasks. So there is something that I will have to check. I was expecting here to see, unless there is an advanced view, Get a simplified view. Open selected task, move cursor down, task detail. I don't know exactly how it works, but I mean, as you can see, it's much nicer. It has all the icons and stuff, and I think also the searches are working better. And my assigned task, let me see. Oh my god, all of those are assigned to me. Room. Okay. Yeah, the majority are not relevant anymore. So I will have to let's say clean it up. Task types, bug report and feature request. Yes, we have two different task types. Two different task types, two different tags, status. I will have to study this a bit because I was hoping it was working out of the box, but probably there is still some tweaks needed, to also I think the first point is that the system is not open to everyone. So if you are not logged in, the project is kind of hidden. While I think that it should be open to everyone. So let me see if there is anything for that. So project is active, yes. Allow anyone to view the roadmap of this project. Allow anyone to, this is it. So I think we can click on, the roadmap is empty, so but allow anyone to view the task of this project. Allow anonymous user to open task, no. Allow comments and close task, yes. Auto assign a task to category owner, no. Default due version for new task. I like this undecided. Undecided. Allow user defined tags. Okay, so I think if I do save now, probably if you are not logged in, you're still seeing this. I mean, you will see the project. Yeah, the RSS feed seems to still be here, which is what I will have to link to the website, which is nice. Yes, it is the RSS feed. Perfect. So this one I will reuse in the new website. Now the other thing I wanted to say is how to enhance the how to say that I want the tasks, to have look and feel. Look and feel I don't care too much unless you can really decide columns displayed in the task list. Here it is. Fields when add, view, edit a task. Oh, this is so nice. So for sure we want to have the task type. For sure we want to have the severity. I think I should add them all and then see which one I like. The assigned to, the reported in. What is the parent? I have no idea what is the parent. Priority. Let me add them all and then we see opening one what happens, okay? I can add one by one, okay. Okay, I added them all just for fun and see if I click on add new task. Okay. Okay, I think it's much better. It looks similar to what it was before. So yes, the bug report of feature request, the category. I don't know what is root. Root we should remove it. Which is related to, yeah, these are all the categories from the engine. I think it is still completely valid. So build issues, tools, setting, rules, 3D art, perfect. Bug track. I think this is very nice. I just don't know what is root. I think this root we should remove it as a category. I don't know if this one is the root of everything, but it's already no show in theory. I fear that if I delete it, everything below it will be deleted as well. So I don't want to do that. What is this thing? I don't know. What is this? What is this thing? Ah, ah. So I can make this the. I think I'm doing a mess. I hope not. But I want to do this. I want to have this as the root, of my system, and I want then to remove the root node because I don't think I need a root node. I hope I'm not breaking anything, but then I would like to delete this one. How do I delete it? We have a backup anyway if things goes really, really, really bad. So I would like to delete this thing. It was already no show, by the way, but okay, I updated it. So let me see if I do add new task now. What is going on? Okay, nice. It's exactly as I wanted. Perfect. Just the sequence. Okay, put it in alphabetical order, but I think it's fine. Due inversion undecided. I have no idea what is this. We will check it. But anyway, I already fixed it a bit, so I think it's kind of usable. So I don't know if Andrew is watching us. Yeah, hello Venaland. Yeah, the RSS feed are pointing to the old fly spray at the moment because I didn't switch it yet. So I asked to Andrew if he can switch, this URL with the old URL. The old URL is this one, just with fly spray, and at the moment it's not pointing to anything. I mean, it's pointing to the old system, but I think. By the way, this one should not happen. Just 1 second, I'm just sending a message. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think it's good. I think we have at least the new bug tracker up and we can use it. So if I do add new task, I think I can select operating system is empty. I think I'm not sure operating system is actually really needed. For us, the most important one is the version. Where is the version? You think it's this one? Reported version? Maybe it's this one. Reported version. It should be in the tags. Versions is here. Versions fly spray 0992. Version list editor. Yeah, this thing should go into my task type, right? But I don't know if it's this one or not. Due inversion. I will check. Okay, maybe I don't want to do it now, but they've always been broken. No one has fixed it since it was added. What do you mean? They are marked as resolved and open when opened. Okay, so the status was wrong somehow. Okay, so it shows you the activity, but it doesn't show you the right state. I understand. Okay, we can fix that. But anyway, just to say that it is running. Okay, the thing we need to do though is to fix, as I was saying, to fix this thing. To fix the research spell window, which is kind of broken today if you have more than... the other thing I would like to do We should put it in the list. Enable FlySplay in all the URL. The other thing I would like to do is to figure out what to do with the patcher, you know. So let's say decide on patcher launcher, because at the moment we don't have a patcher, we don't have a launcher, so we have just a file that I distributed, which is so big. If I get the file here that I distributed, is 4 gigabytes, right? And this 4 gigabytes file, if we want to send an update today, we have to send another 4 gigabyte files, right? And that's not very good. So in the previous game, we had the ability to do patches through the launcher. We need to do the same also here in Unreal, but we don't have a patcher today, so we need to or to build it or to figure out something. I don't know what, but we need to. I think we need to build it. I was searching the web trying to see if someone did a launcher patcher already, but I didn't find much. But I think I can spend a bit more time looking around and seeing if someone did something. What we need is a binary patcher for the game, so that it takes file, compares, it does a binary compare, and then send out only the delta. This is what we do. This is what we need. Hello Gian, how are you? We have an alpha release out. It's working. It's live. There is people connected to it right now, which is great. Very happy about it. So I don't know at the moment how many people are there, but there is definitely someone connected. 1 or 2 are connected at the moment, which is nice. The built-in patcher, yeah, I checked the built-in patcher a bit, but to me it seems a mess to set up and a mess to use. I don't know, and create this _p files that you have to distribute, and it's going in incremental. I don't know exactly what happens when you already have one _p. What do you have to do? _p _p? I don't know, 2 times. I didn't catch exactly how it was working, and I don't know if I want to spend time setting up something that at the end I'm not going to use. So considering that we pretty much have one file, because actually what I distributed is, okay, there are, some directories and some stuff, but there is basically one file, which is this one of 6 gigabytes. I think this one, sorry, is the old one, by the way. But it should be more than 6. It should be 9 gigabytes, no? Yeah, 9 gigabytes is this one. So considering I have this, and I think that every change that I do to the blueprints or to the content will go in this single pack file. I think I can just binary, use xdelta3 on this file and just send the patches myself. So I think that would be the easiest, It's one file. So it's one file. So, and I do it for Linux and Windows. So at the moment we have 2 versions out, the Linux version and the Windows version. I think I can just figure out how to launch this xdelta on these files. But I think it's pretty simple. There is even a UI now. At the time there was no UI. Yeah, 2015. Okay. There is even a UI. But a command line will be fine for me. Yeah, input file. So it's as simple as that. I mean, input file, output file, patch file. So it's as simple as that. And I think I can create a zip file. Yeah, I will have to distribute this delta so people can use it. But I think I can create just a bat file, and we can test it now if we want. But I don't want the UI. I think I would like to have just the X, you know? Well, I don't need a UI to do that. I just need the let me see what you're saying. The chat. There another way which should be relatively easy. Okay, which one? Tell me. And this one at the moment seems to be the simplest. Considering I have one file, you know, of 9 giga, I think it's totally the easiest. New source live, original source live. No, I just want this thing compiled. Okay. I think the answer is no. Do I have to compile it myself? I can compile it myself, but if there was already, you know, I hope it works on Mac because yes, but I think we used it also on Mac. We were using the same system, so I think this one is already cross-platform enough, you know. What does it mean, new source live? Release 3.1.0 beta. Okay, release beta. I don't like that too much. Add support for B values greater than 2 gigabytes. I don't know what is this minus B, but for sure we need it. We needed to patch a file of 9 giga, which probably was not the case in the old game, but is the case now. Delta 331X. I think we can get this guy. Huh? Should we? X delta X. Okay. Where did he put it? X delta it. I can test it right away. I mean, because as soon as I finish this fix on the spell window, by the way, we should open it as it takes some time. Is Win research book? Yes, spell research. As soon as I do this fix, I will have the problem of distributing it to the people. You know, and so I think we need to create a directory which somehow keeps all our versions, right? So I think I released the version which is called, so let's call it PS Unreal. I think I need to do it by, let's do PS Unreal patches. Okay, I think I can stay under temp is okay. PS Unreal patches. Then obviously I need to split between Windows and Linux because they are in Mac, because obviously they are different. And then I need to split by version, so I think I will go 0.1, 0.7.1 is the one that I released now, right? Which is our alpha version. So if inside this one I put my file, which is this 9 giga file, which I think is this one. I think it's better if I re-download it from the one that I have uploaded. I don't have it anymore. I killed it. That was not a good idea. I have to re-download it. Okay, I will re-download it. But anyway, I will re-download the file. I can go here and re-download it. It's 4 gigabytes, but I think I can't re-download it. It's called, let me see if I have it somewhere. It's PS Unreal. No, I killed it. Fuck. Okay. I have to re-download 4 giga. It's okay. I can download it. So meanwhile it's downloading. So we will just extract that file and put it here. I don't know if you want to have the same structure. Probably yes. So we will have like our PS Unreal. Yeah, I think we should have the same structure. I think it would be a bit easier, you know. So when the people will extract it, they will get exactly the same structure, right? So if I go, here and I just want this structure. Sorry, I'm doing. Okay, so we have now a PS Unreal. We have now a PS Unreal content packs. So inside of this, I will place my file, and I will use the patcher, which is this one. So we can put the patcher here. Right? And then we just need to figure out how to use it, but I think it will be super simple, to tell you the truth. I don't think we will have any trouble in understanding how to use it. So this X delta patch, I hope it gives me, no, it doesn't. Okay. Please. Okay. Yeah, so old file, new file, delta file. So super easy. So I can do X delta 3. Let's take a file. How can I get a file? I don't know. We can get a text file for now. It's okay. So we can get just put a text file for fun, or I can put a spreadsheet. Maybe a spreadsheet would be nicer. So test patch, right? Test patch, and so we open this test patch, and we put in, I don't know, a bunch of whatever. This seems to be very good. Will be hard to understand if it's correct, but okay, let's say this, okay, and here I will say hello patch. So we save it. So it's a binary file. It's not a text file, and this will be, let's say, the file before the change. So this will be original file, and then we copy paste it and we put it on modified file. Okay, we open it, and I don't know, we color everything red. Can we color? Where is it? Here. We color everything red. We say hello patch, you didn't work as expected. Why? Or maybe you did. And then what can we do? We add a graph or something. Number format. These icons are a bit weird, huh? Navigator, chart. Perfect. Yes. Put this chart in with no numbers is okay. Okay, like this. Okay, so it's definitely different than before. What happened to my graph? It fucked up. For some reason, my graph got destroyed. Probably because he has no data. Yeah, probably because he has no data, but it's fine. There is a graph anyway, and if I click here, I can see it, so it's okay. So I save it like this, and then I just have to run my X delta, minus E minus S, and then I run. Let's give him the full path, which is probably better. I think I can just do this. It's even easier. So old file is this, new file is this, patch file, will be with a lot of fantasy. Will be patch file dot, I don't know, dot what, dot patch dot whatever, what patch pca p patch pat, let's say pat. Okay, it didn't work. Why? Because the file name is not like this. The file name is this. Okay, so okay, so I created a patch somehow. So this will be the patch I need to distribute. This is the patch file. Now I want to create an original file again, and this I will call file of player. Right? That is the file that the player has on his PC, which is identical to the original file. And if I open it, it's not red and it doesn't have the chart. Right? Nice. And then what I do, I call this thing x delta minus d minus s old file delta file decoded new file, because you also have to put the result. Yes. So for me will be this minus d minus s, then old file is the file of player, and delta file is our patch, and the coded file we will use this one, and we'll just rename it to player patched file. I'm pretty sure it works, but it just to test it, Okay, did it. So if I open my player patched file, I have my red text and I have my graph that I can click and open, So I think it's simple enough. Now, yeah, I think I will do it this way for now, boys. I think it kind of works fine. On one pack file, I think it's fine. It's actually pretty cool. I think it's pretty easy. Now, then I will convert our old launcher. I think I have to do it. I don't know when, but I need to find the time to convert the old launcher, which already has the logic, of multiple files and repositories, and it already knows that in a directory you have version 071, in another directory you have 072, and it's comparing the two and it's creating the patch, So our launcher was already having all this logic built in. I think I can remake it, but for now I think I would just use this thing, right? Okay, so let's try to make the first patch for real, because I need to distribute. There are a lot of players that cannot get into the game because our spell window is completely broken, and so we need to make it functional. I can show you the graph, which is a bit crazy. There is a graph. Yeah, just this one. Look at these lines, bro. Look at these lines here. I can take I should take a screenshot and say, I can take a screenshot of particularly this piece. And in this piece and say, this is what I need to fix. These are the lines I need to fix for the spell window to not to crash anymore. Ready? Okay, so just posted it to the supporter channel. Okay, so but anyway, yeah, this code is a bit messy, but in reality it's not that messy. It looks messy, like for someone that doesn't, know blueprints. It looks messy, but it's not that messy because actually the major lines are very few. And by the way, if you want to make it less messy, you can just move it at the top and propagate, which is something that I think I will do right now. This code, by the way, was not written by me. It was written by another contributor, which unfortunately disappeared on the internet. Cybor, if you are listening, please come back because I really need you. You were a great contributor. Yes, this part is a bit messy, right? But you did it, and you did this. You did a lot of other windows, and they were anyway working. Now I can fix them a bit, but we really need you back into the team. I don't know. You disappeared 1 year ago, and you never came back, and you never went online on Discord anymore. So I hope you are fine and safe. But we need you back, Bob, man. We need you back. Okay, anyway, this guy did this thing. So how do we? So what is the problem? The problem is this line here. I already checked it, and the problem is this line. So basically, he's trying to update this panel. Is assuming that there are always maximum 9 items. If you have 10 items, he cannot find it, and he goes into an infinite loop because for whatever reason there is this cast to slot item going back and plus plus, and this becomes an infinite loop. Okay, so this is the problem. Now we have 2 issues. The first issue is that we need to make this a scrollable list, because if you have more than 9, which happens only to the late game characters, but pretty much all the old players have these kind of characters. They have more than 9, at least in few categories. I think the blue domain, the blue way, is the one that has the most. I think it has 12 in total. So we need to make this a scrollable list. This is the first task. Okay, so this should be fairly easy, in the sense that I should put on top. I think we finished the 4 giga already. Wow, nice. We downloaded the file that I was missing, so we can actually then generate the patch, at least for Windows. And the Linux one I have. So we need to add a scroll box on top of this for sure. Now we need to ensure that it's not messing up the. I think it will mess up as soon as I do this. Yeah, it will mess up for a second, but don't worry. Don't worry. We can fix it back. Now there is this annoying scroll bar which is present anyway. I think what I can do something like this. So the scroll bar stays on the side, and if there is no need, it will not show. And anyway, it's black, so it will not be seen. And now we just need a way to move this thing. No, not this one. I need to move the thing. Okay, it's not movable. It's not movable. Well, what I can do, very simply, if it doesn't want to move, I can do this. And no. Why you have to stay exactly on the thing I need to pull? Okay. Let me try. I think I can just move the coordinates a bit. Okay, like that. If I move it from here, from position, I think it will move, right? Yeah, it will move. Okay, perfect. So I need it kind of here, and then I need it kind of here. So basically where it was. Okay, so now this thing is a scroll bar. Now if you want to test if the scroll bar works, I think it's pretty easy. We can just multiply one of those and see what happens. And put it at the bottom. Yeah, you see the scroll bar is actually working. I mean, it should be maybe now in edit mode it's not really scrolling, but it's there. So I'm pretty confident that you see if I click on this guy, he scrolls down. So I'm pretty sure it should be fine. Let me move this back. Okay, so I need to do the same. I think it's fairly easy. We need to do the same on all the other panels. Okay, so we enable the scroll bar, and we enable, now the question would be if I want to have predefined 12 or 15 or whatever they are, or if I want to build them on the fly. I think the best is to build them on the fly. Build them on the fly. One problem of building them on the fly is that building on the fly, I mean that this will be empty. And when we receive the inventory from the server, we know that we have 3 glyphs here. We create, 3 slots. The problem is that when you pick up an item, then we will have to send an update to this guy saying that this item is in addition, and he will have to add 1 slot. But yeah, but I think it's okay. I don't like too much, to have like 50 icons if I really need to, I think it's a waste of time, computation time and everything. So why we need it? So I think we should okay, let's do that. Let's do the thing. So I need this scroll box here. I need another scroll box here. I need another, so let's put all the scroll boxes first, and then we will figure out what to do. Okay, I need another scroll box here. I need another scroll box here, and I need another scroll. How many we have? We have 6, right? 6. Okay, now this panel should go below this guy, and he will obviously mess up. Okay, he messed up as expected. Now I think I can make it, this side. Okay, and then I will move it here where it was. Right? Now, if you ask me if I love this window, no. I don't think it's the best design, in terms of UI, but I don't know if I want to change it now. I think I can make, you can right click on the thing and then choose wrap width. That's pretty cool. Let me try. Wrap width, scroll box. Wow! Wow! Okay, thank you. Very nice. I like it. Okay, so it's not changing the position, so it's saving me time, which is great. So I want the scroll bar to be on the side of the of the pictures. I don't want it to go on top of the pictures, right? So like this. So let me delete all the other scroll box then, because I think this wrap width is keeping the form, is keeping the position, which is very, very good. Which is very, very good. So we did 3 already. Wrap width, scroll box. So we are in this one now. So I want to go at the limit and then not show the scroll bar, right? So that at the beginning will not be visible. And then wrap width, scroll box, like this. Okay, I think it's fine. And this one, wrap width, scroll box. Okay. Okay. So we did it on all 5. Well, sorry, on all 6. We did it on all 6. I don't know what this button in the middle is. Ah, no, it's just the icon. It shows in game. It shows as an icon. It's the icon of the way, I think. Okay, this was the easy part though, because obviously at the moment this thing is not capable of putting in more boxes. Right? It's not capable of putting in more boxes. So yeah, the way it unfortunately the way it works is that is assuming this thing is assuming that you have exactly 9, I think, because let me see this clear panel. No, actually here is just going on children count, and it's just excluding the first children. So that is excluding the first image, I think. No, this is doing minus minus. Kill China. Be interested to see. Ah, okay, it's failing it if it's not a WD slot. Yeah. No, so this part is already okay. So this part is fine. It's just clearing the existing slots, and we need it when we receive the inventory, the new inventory. If there is an update, is clearing all the panels and is already working on all the children. So I think this function don't need an update. So this one is okay. Then we set up all the other buttons, which is fine, which are all the buttons that you see down here, like purify, these buttons on top, the research, this thing. So then we set up the ones with the images. Yes, but this is just UI. It's not the actual data. And then here we are requesting to the server to send us the glyphs list. Okay, so that is the one that is going server side, and then when the server answers back, we are here. We are receiving the glyphs. And we use a slot to store the stat ID and wait to store the way ID. Okay, fine. I don't know. I mean, probably because we were in need of things. So now the thing we should do, instead of doing this crazy, well, the loop is okay because it is looping on all the glyphs that are coming from the server. So the server is telling us you have this glyph, this glyph, this glyph, and this glyph. And here we are switching on the way because we want to know if that glyph needs to go in the top panel, in the middle panel, in the below panel, and whatever. So why we have this freaking okay. So what is this? Grid panel. Why there is a grid panel here? Which, by the way, is the father of everything. No idea, but I'm not gonna touch it now. I think it's a mistake. It changed when I did. I was there already, but it was as big as the screen. I never understood if this thing is just a visualization or is actually doing something in game. I think this is only a visualization. I don't know. I think it is not because I remember that when I changed this, it's not checking out the file. So it seems it's only the visualization of this. It's not changing anything. Like you see that the file now is saved. If I change this, oh no, actually, he asked me to resave. No idea. Anyway, we will leave it like this because it looks correct. So what I want to do, instead of this, apart from the fact that we can put this into a function, and probably will be much better, right? Probably will be much better. But apart from that, what I want to do, I want that when I receive a new glyph, the first thing that I do, I check if I have enough slots visualized. If I have enough slots, which is actually the current count, right? We have this current count here, but the current count we actually put it to 0. Or I check the number of children minus 1 of each panel, and then I check if I need to add more. Yeah, maybe I can do that. Because I think anyway, get children count is pretty quick, no? Yeah, there is a get children count. So actually, I could get the children count of this panel, and so I know how many I have already there. And if I'm missing one, I'm just gonna add it. And if I'm not missing it, I'm not gonna add it. I'm just going to reuse the one that is there. Now, can I put this thing into a function? I think so, right? What do we need to pass in? We need to pass in. Well, the problem is that actually this can go outside of the function because these are my inputs, right? But then, so the function will only be this. So it will only be these 3 nodes. Probably is not worth it to put into a function because it will only be these 3 nodes. Well, plus the check, if I want to do the check, if I want to do the check of the if I have enough or not. Yeah, maybe it's worth it. I don't understand too much this plus here. So when you get all the childs, you check if the child is a slot. If the child is a slot, then it goes here. If the child is not a slot, then increments by 1 and goes back into the. So it's getting the next child. Yeah, it's basically getting the next child, assuming there is a next child. But this is exactly the loop that is making it an infinite loop. Because it seems then when the child is... So if you try to access an array, an element of the child array, which doesn't exist, you just try to access it anyway, just returns null or something. So, okay. So, but I think I can put this block into a function. And I will call it, let me see if we have it already, maybe no. And I will call it add new glyph. Yeah. Okay, let's try to do this. Well, there is also all this mess. Yeah. Yeah, because all these values I need anyway. So I need to reconnect all the... Okay. Well, this one he called it self too, and he didn't call it panel crystal or something. But anyway. So this new function is... This new function... So the first thing you should do, let's call it something better than new function. So this one will be called add glyph. right? So it's adding a new glyph. This self2 is actually the panel, the way panel. So is way panel, because for each way we have a different one. The index, what is the index? The index is the current way count, or current way index. Current index, I don't like it. I think it should be current way count. So how many you have at the moment there? Which, by the way, I don't know if we need to pass, because we can still use this, right? Ah, yes, but we need to know which one to increment. Yes. No, we need to pass it in, because we have all these different ones. So hopefully it will be by reference. I don't know if this parameter will be by reference, but I need it by reference. Is by default getting it by reference, so that when I change the value, I actually change it also outside, or not? That I don't know. So if I increment this variable inside of this function, will it change it also for the father scope, the parent scope? That I don't know, I will have to check. If not, we will return it as a parameter, and we will set it just after the function. I think this is what we're gonna do. Let me check meanwhile if the server is still up. Yeah. Yes, it seems up. Okay, so now, so the first thing I want to do, I want to check if my way panel get children count, and I have to do a minus minus, because we know that we have one image into it, and now we also have the scroll box. No, the scroll box is outside. Okay, so it's just the image and the controls. Okay, so it's fine. So if this number, right, is greater than the current count, no, if this number is less than the current count, means that I'm missing a slot and I need to add it dynamically, right? And this I think we need to do as the first thing that we do. So if this one is less than this, then we need to add a new child. So we need to create, in this case we will create a new widget, and we will set it as a parent. The problem is that we will also need to set the position inside the grid. Because these things are in the right position. Because they have a row and they have a column. For example, this one is row 2, column 1, So if I'm going to add something that is below, I need to know in which column and in which row is it. Which is not too hard, because it's just, dividing by 3 for the row, and for the column, I can do the module, or I can do the reminder. I can do module of 9, 10, 11, and see if there is a reminder. And if there is a reminder, by reference? Okay, thank you. I think the by reference would be nice because so I can change it one time. But here I need to add. So if I add a new one, so I think here I need to create widget, right? I need to create a widget, and this widget will be our WD slot, whatever it's called, one of these things, which is WD slot item. WD slot item. So we'll have to create that, and then we'll have to update this slot item. So the update slot in this case will be duplicated, unfortunately, but it's okay. We are inside the function, so I think it's kind of fine. You know, we will have to update this one with all the values that are coming from here. Plus, we will have also to set the grid position. Setting the grid position, I think I underestimated this thing because I think it will not be very easy. So I think I need to do a cast to a kind of a grid slot or something. Let me see if it's possible. Cast to... How does it know? Cast to grid slot class? No. How does it know if it's in a grid? Set grid. No, what is the name? Set row. He has it automatically. Even if it's not casted, he has it. Set row. Now you see, he wants a grid slot. He wants a grid slot object. Right? He wants a grid slot object. So it needs to be. Well, it needs to be parented first. Otherwise this will not work, right? So I need to have this one as a child, this one let me try just for a second to hard code it, then I will change it, but let's assume that is the panel blue, right? There is a grid panel object, so I will have to, on this one I will have to add a child. Add child to what? To canvas, to panel, or to panel. Add to vertical box. Add child to grid. I specify it here. Okay, that's easier. So I don't have to set any row. So it's when you are adding it, you are telling him where it goes in terms of position. Okay. So I will add this, and then I will set up. Maybe I will set up first and then add. I think it's the same. Makes no difference. Now the point is that I will have to add it to the right row, and this is where we are going to mess up for sure. Because I need to know which is the row, and the row is basically the count divided by 3. The problem is that I don't know if this count is starting from 0. It's probably starting from 0 anyway. We can divide by 3 and see what happens. Well, integer. Yeah, our expectation is that we get an integer number as a result, right? So this one will be the row. Now the problem will be the column though, because we need to take this number and divide it by, for example, 7. No, sorry, 9. In this case, 10, and see if he has no remainder. The problem is, can I just switch and fuck it? I think I will switch and fuck it. I will just switch on this, okay? I think it's 10 times easier. because anyway we will not have, so the first 9 are in place, so the first 9 will not change. I decided it now. So we just need to add maximum another line. Let's say 2 more lines, okay? So here we will go from 1, well no, can I start from a certain number? Thank you. So I will start from 10 and I will go up to, I don't know, 15 for now. So 2 rows, okay, so 2 additional rows. And so based on this number, I will decide which one is the row and which one is the column. I think we can add 2 variables. One is called row temp. Let's put a temp so we know. Temp row num and temp column. Temp row num. Duplicate temp column. I don't know if there is a better way to do this, but at the moment I'm thinking to do it this way. And here we are gonna set and set. So we know what we need to add, right? I mean, I'm doing this and I'm thinking, why I'm not just adding 2 other rows to each one? You know, why I need to make it dynamic? Why I mean, it's more elegant to be dynamic, I know. Well, I think the only point is that it will always show the scroll bar, which is a bit annoying. If I put 12 in all the time, it will show the scroll bar all the time. And maybe we can reduce the number. I don't know if these UI elements are actually slowing down the game in any way, or I can put like 1000 and it makes no difference. I have no idea. But seems to me a bit of a waste, you know, to start with dozens and dozens of UI control, and the player for maybe 50 hours of gameplay will only have 2 of those filled up, you know. And maybe after 50 hours we just leave the game. So let's try to do like this. So if I'm in the 10, 11 and 12, the row will automatically be 4. Does it start from 0 or does it no, start from 0? So it will be 3. Yes. So the row will be 3 for these ones. And the column, yeah, so I think I just need to have 3, sorry, row 3, row 4, it's pretty easy. Row 3, row 4, there is row 3, there is row 4, and fuck, but I need to set this as well. I think I can do a sequence. And double switch, because otherwise it becomes an impossible graph, you know. I think if I do it like this, it becomes a more reasonable graph. Yeah. So we set in the row, then the columns are 3, so this will be 1, 2, and 3. And this one will be, so 10, 10, 13 will be 1, 11 and 14 will be 2, 12 and 15 will be 3. I have to start from 0. 0, 1, and 2. Okay. So after I done this, so I need another then. So I do these 2 cycles just to set, you know, the proper index on my new thing to create. And then when I do that, I go here, and finally I can use these 2 variables, row and column, to actually do the thing. Okay, so to put the right the new icon in the right spot. Did you check pass by reference checkbox for the variable input of the function? I didn't know that it even existed. Pass by reference. I see it. I want it on this one. It became a square. I mean, yeah, I don't know the English word. This thing, rombo. In Italian is rombo. It became a different shape. Value seems to be already by reference. I don't know why. There's no need to have value by reference, but for some reason it is by reference. Why is I don't know. Let's leave it as reference. If it was reference, let's leave it. I don't want to go and debug something else. I don't think we're gonna change it, but let's leave it as reference if it was reference. Okay, so this thing is doing this thing is doing, if we need more slots, create a new one. Then this thing is doing position the new slot in the panel in the right row and column. Okay, so I need to position this in the right row and column, and then okay, it is just updating the slots with the values. Okay, updating the slots with the proper value. Now if the thing exists already, then in that case it's pretty simple, because if it exists already, we are just going to update it with the values that we have. So in that case is fairly easy. Now how do I make this graph that is not completely crazy? I think I can do something like that, and here say slots already exists, and then I just need to be sure that I connect all this stuff to the right spot. It looks like drawing sometimes, like a painting, you know, with all these lines going through. Then purified. Okay. So we have the same, right? We have the same thing. Yes, container is -10. -10 is our ID for the spell research window, I think. So that is fine. What else we need to do? We need to return something? No, because if that is getting incremented, so we need to see what happens now, but wait a second. Add child. Where are we taking this value? We're taking this value from here. Yes, which is where we created. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So in theory, if I need a new slot, and I'm receiving a glyph which is above 9, I'm creating the new slot and I'm associating the value to it, and I'm updating it this way. If it's already existing, I go here. Okay, so now that is pretty good. That is pretty good. We have the panel and we have the count. Okay, I think this function is okay. We will test it and see. Now in this spaghetti mess, right? Will it become better? Not really much better. It will look pretty much the same, but because we have. So my suggestion in this case is the following: when you have such a mess on screen, move it up outside of the graph like this. Split it in blocks. So for example, if you need to convey, these 3 blocks and these 3 blocks, I think you should split it, which is this one. Yes, well, it's a mess anyway, but so this one is basically populating this 3, and this one is populating this 3, right? I think we can do the same for the other functions like this. It still remains a mess anyway. I mean, the other way is to set a variable. We set a variable here, and then we just use the variable in these places. That's probably a better way. I don't think it will change much, but okay. Okay, so we just need now to do this add glyph and duplicate it and put it instead of these ones, right? So the increment, I think we can do inside, right? Considering it's by reference, as we said, I think the increment can, instead of doing it here at the end, I think we can do it inside. I think we can do it. The problem is that I don't know if I don't know if I drag it from here, what will happen? Like if I drag it from here and I do plus plus, if I drag it from here and I do plus plus here, what will happen if the flow goes through this and then goes here? I don't know. I will leave it outside. I don't want to spend time debugging something that is simple. So let me leave it outside. It's okay. I mean, we don't care. We will have one box more, but I think it's simpler. I don't want to think what happens when okay. So what I need to connect is it's a bit of a mess. Yes, I know. I need to connect this target. So now the cast, I think we don't need it anymore, right? Because we are creating the slot inside. So target is actually self. So these 2 can go away. These 3 actually can go away, right? But I need to connect. It's a mess. I need to connect the item name. I need to connect the icon image. I think I will make a mistake for sure. At least on one I will make a mistake. Weight slot. You can watch me and see if I'm doing any mistakes. And purify, right? And value. Where do I get the value? Value should be the current here. And then the panel, is this one. Why I'm passing this variable twice? No idea. I'm passing current count twice. It's the same variable because I'm using it for the selection, and then I'm using it. Oh, but it's the same value. I don't want to use it twice. Why I need to use it twice? Makes no sense. I mean, I'm thinking if one remains the original value or not, but no, because it's passed by value. So I would say no. I would say no. Something is not working. Ah, yes, because I don't have this anymore. But I think it's better, no? Because so we pass it only once. Okay, so I connected all of those, and so I can now connect whatever was connected here. I think it was number 1, right? And now I can delete this guy. Super scared to do this change. Because if something mess up in this spaghetti code, ay, 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 ay. Okay. So now I need to do the same for other 5, right? Or other 4. Other 4, actually. So I copy this. I put it here. I connect. Well, I delete this. Let's try to do it always the same way. I delete this. I connect the number 2. I connect to the increment. Okay. Then I connect the way panel. I connect the current way. I connect the item name, which is super far. The item name. I connect the icon image, which is coming from here. I connect the weight, which is coming from super far. I connect the slot, which is this one. I connect the purified, which is this one. So at this point, all are connected, and I can delete this guy. Okay. Okay. This is connected, and all of these are connected. Okay. Then we need to do it for this, and then for this, and then for this. So we have 3 more to go. One of the switch on int inside of that function didn't connect the integer to it. Oh my god, where? One of the switch on int. This one I connected, huh? Inside a function. No, here they are all connected, no? 2, 2, 2, 3, and 3. So it's 6 in both cases. I don't know. Let me know if I missed something. So this add to glyph. Okay, this add to glyph. So we need to delete this. We can delete them all. So we do with repetition. We do less mistakes. Okay. Then we connect panel to panel, panel to panel, panel to panel. Then we connect the plus plus. Connect the plus plus. Connect the plus plus. Then we connect this one to this one, this one to this one, this one to this one. The input of this one is not connected. Maybe make a screenshot of whatever it is. I mean, these inputs you mean are not connected, not the output. One of the switch yeah, that one. Input of it, not the pin. Ah, this one. Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah, otherwise the selection will always be 0. Nice. Nice, thank you. Yes, this one was not connected. This one was not connected, boys. We were going to make a mess. We were about to make a mess. Okay, so let's go. Current wake count. So this is current brown. That is current red. And it is current dark. Okay. Then here we need the item name. The item name is coming from here. So we need to connect item name. Need to connect item name. And we need to connect item name. Then the icon is coming from here. So icon, icon, icon. Then the weight is coming from here. So weight, weight, weight. Then the slot is coming from here. So slot, I missed the first one. Slot, slot, and slot. Then the purified is coming from here. So purified, purified, and purified. Okay. So now in theory I can delete these ones. I think it will never work, but not on the first try. Let's see. Okay. I think it's a bit less spaghetti. I mean, it's still spaghetti, but less. You can hold Control and drag the connected pin and remove it from an old. Ah, okay, so it's like a move. With Control, it's like a move. Ah, I see. Yeah. Okay, good, nice. Well, you know all the tricks. Why you know all the tricks, man? You know all the tricks. How do you know all these tricks? It looks like to me that you made this thing. Are you sure that you didn't program yourself this part of the editor? Because you know all the tricks. How can I make this a bit better? I don't know. It looks a bit awful, but I think there is no solution. It will always look like this. Because even if I move these things anywhere, you know, we still look like a mess. Can move this down, down, this one middle, but still look like a mess. Anyway. Why we have these two? No idea. Okay. So in theory, what you should do now is, yes, when we are receiving the glyphs, which is coming from here, we will cycle. We will go and go inside this add glyph and then do all this stuff that we added and create a new slot and blah blah blah. Now, what happens when you remove one? Removing is not possible. So if you remove one glyph, so if you drop one glyph to the ground, you will still have the slot. But you will not have the slot at the next restart. So when you restart the game, that slot will be gone. Which I think is okay. I don't want to manage the removal. I think it's completely useless to manage the removal. Do you want to test it? And see why this one moved? Please. Why does one, two, why does one move down? I clicked on it. I think I clicked on it accidentally. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and 9. Okay, nice. I don't know, something happened. Okay, let's test this out and see what happens. I will test it locally. Well, it's the same. I can also connect to the production server because anyway, the client is different, but the server, I mean, the RPC messages sent are exactly the same. So I can launch the client and still connect to the server, even if, you know. Gian, did you find a solution for showing if the server is up? So meaning you've seen this screen. In this screen we have the different servers, and in our old game here there was a ping time. So we were pinging the server, and we were putting the ping there so that you know if it was a fast server or a slow server. Now, with Unreal, I don't know how to do this. I searched a bit the forums, but there are no real answers on it. Like, people are saying you can implement your own, TCP/IP message that goes to the server and whatever. But it seems weird to me that there is no standard solution for this. So that until you are in game, because over here I'm not in game yet, so I didn't open level yet, right? So I open level when I click on this. So before opening level, just to send a message to the server that sends me back an answer, even if it's just alive, maybe not the ping I don't care, but I just want to know if he's alive, if he's up or down. The best will be to have the status, because my server knows his status, it knows if he's in loading mode or whatever. So, and in fact, actually we were showing wait, or we were showing wait. I think we were showing wait if the server was loading up, and then when it was fully loaded, we were showing the ping. But I have no idea how to do it, and I searched quite a bit, and I didn't find anything. So I don't know, because I think you will need it. You will need the same. I don't think you can stay for your game. I don't think you can stay without server ping. I don't think anyone can stay without a server ping. Okay, so let's see what happens. We connected in game. It's still loading. I think you already fucked up. Uh-oh. 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 Okay, I think we managed to break it. I think probably we are in an infinite loop now. I mean, we should not be, but it looks like we are. So for some reason this thing made a mess. Or not. Why it took so much? I mean, he actually connected, but it took like forever. Let me check the log and see. I mean, it took like hours. This crash is not the current log, but so it took forever. I think I have a glyph thing. Yeah, receive glyph. Receive glyph. Too many packets received. to ACK 256 since last night packet in sequence 3977. Took too long to receive packets. Time 52 seconds. I think something was going on the server, maybe? I don't know. The server is up. At least it looks up now. But it took us like, I don't know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds to log in. And the interesting part is that it's exactly next to the receive glyph. So I don't know, maybe it's really our window that is making a mess. Because you see, is exactly after our receive glyph printout. Well, the good news though is that even if it took forever, he put the glyph in the right place. So it looks like, you know, all the functionality is preserved, so we didn't break it, so it's working as before, at least for this part. Now we need to see if we go over 9 what happens, but up to here seems to be okay. So what I can do, I can spawn items in my inventory, I guess, until 9. We can start maybe from this one. Does fire have more than 9? That's a good question. Does fire have more than 9? That's a good question. Item stats where glyph. So the one that we have the most is the blue, because I think they are 12 or 13. Yeah, 13. So okay, so let's try. If I do /item called glyph, I have it in my inventory. Unfortunately, this window is not, yeah, called glyph. Unfortunately, this window is not. Oh no, it did it. You refreshed it? Seriously? Nice. I have a part of the code that is refreshing this window based on the items that I get. I'm impressed. Okay. Wow, it works already, boys. It works already. Okay, so let's go. I didn't think that would work, but it's okay. So let's fill up this up to 9 and see what happens. Okay, so object glyph, object glyph. Poison purifies fear. Poison. Unfortunately, I cannot go back. Poison purify. Yeah, there are some spoilers in this because obviously players don't know all the glyphs somehow, but it's okay. We will live with this spoiler. Glyph sphere, water net. Someone is working next to me. There's an NPC. Sphere. Water didn't like it. Why? Because I missed the closing. Net. So net is the last one, and then we are above 9. Okay. So net glyph. Now, but I don't know if when I add a new one, it goes to another piece of code, or if we are resending all the time all the list. I think we are probably resending all the time all the list, which is not optimal, but in this case I think it helps us. So let's try to add the polymorph. Okay, the polymorph will be the 10th polymorph glyph. The scroll bar should be reskinned because I don't like this white thingy. But it seems to work okay. Now let me try something. If I take this and try to move it, I cannot move it. Okay, but if I move it on Purify, it remains on my mouse. Yeah, but this probably was a bug also before. This was probably a bug also before this. But you said you start to purify, so this lot is anyway working okay. I think it works. Let me just test again this thing that it took like 1 hour to log in because I'm a bit scared about it. I don't know why it took so much, but I think it's working. Huh? Do you want me to try with the next ones? I think we can. So if I add the rain glyph, boom. If I add the reduction glyph, then I think I will finish my inventory. But anyway. Where is it? Where is it going in the inventory, by the way? Oh, I think it's going directly into the glyph sack. I think it's going directly into my sack for glyphs. Our inventory code is so smart. He's so smart. You know, I spawned it, and he knows that he has to put it into the glyph sack. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it does it. That's insane. Huh? That is artificial intelligence inventory system. Reflection glyph. But this container is not refreshed anyway. Okay, so at least that error. If I open it again, I guess it will, but yeah. So the container view is not refreshed, but it's okay. So yeah, so we have 9, 12, 13 at the moment, and it's working perfectly. Nice. Yeah, the addition of the scroll bar is what I wanted to do exactly. It's just that maybe we can reskin it. You know, you can put a black or gray or whatever color, you know, kind of skin, because otherwise it's so. Hey, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Japarzi. For some reason, is not showing into the stream. Like here at the bottom left, you see this thing? This bottom left thing is only showing Patreons. I don't know why. I complained to Patreon because it was not showing Patreons, and they said, okay, we fixed it. And they said just reconnect the widget. I did it, and now it's showing only Patreons. It's not showing follow. It's not showing the other things. I don't know why, but it's okay. It's purified. The glyph polymorph is now purified. Now it doesn't show the icon because I didn't do it yet, but the polymorph is actually purified. It is. I think if I go on the glyph sack, no. Uh-oh. I think the server went down. Yes. He went down. Now why he went down, I have no idea. It just went down. Now he's restarting anyway, so don't panic. Where did he crash? Where did he crash? He actually crashed in Slot Manager. He crashed on me opening the pouch. Why? Slot manager 860. It crashed on me opening the pouch. Slot manager 860. By the way, hello, Japardzi from Brazil. Wow. Brazil is pretty far from here. I live in Italy. How are you today? 860. Find container in world. No. The container is not in the world. The container was in my inventory. So something messed up here. Something messed up. But it worked the first time because I've seen the content. Then when I clicked again. But anyway, this should be, you know, if it doesn't find if object and slot ID. Get up. Yeah, but if the object is not valid, I think we should do something. Huh? I think it potentially should never arrive here, you know, with the object not valid. But this code, I mean, it's very easy crashing, you know, because it gets an object, doesn't check if it's valid, and here, and I think I can. I think I can check the validity of this, you know. But I want to output a pretty big error because it should never happen. In theory, it should never happen. I don't know why it tried to look at an item which was actually not in my inventory and not in the world. So let's say tried to see details of an item. Actually of a container. Find container. I think this find item. Switch container ID. Yeah, it's a container. Of a container which is not found in the world should never happen. So what the hell? Should never what happened? Oh. Should never happen. Okay. So we can put this just to prevent the crash, which I think is anyway. We can print out the container ID. Container ID will be valid anyway. But and then here we just unfortunately we just return, but we are in a weird spot. No, but I think it's okay because it's just anyway a view is a view request, so I think it's perfectly fine. But this error should never happen in theory. Should never happen. I think we can commit that and recompile, and at the next server restart it will be in, which I think is good anyway. So this should never happen. I don't know if it's because I had it on my mouse, you know, so I like picked it up and then right click, and so it was not anymore in my inventory, but in theory it should be still in my inventory until the drop finishes. I don't know why. Yeah, this means that we didn't find the item. And we need to return null. I don't know exactly what will happen there, but it should not happen. I don't understand nothing about your tech talking, but you have a future. Thank you. I also have a past. But obrigado. Obrigado is from Brazil. Yeah, should be. Okay. But you understand this language, right? This language. So it's okay. So don't worry. Everything is fine. Okay, let's try to launch the client again. I want to see what happens. Why it took like 40 seconds to log in the game? That's weird. That's very weird. And then we will release our first patch. Wow, the first patch. How can I release the first patch? I need to ship again and then do a diff. Yeah. Okay, so check plus plus node inside active function. Then back to the cast node infinite load. Now we check. I don't know. It took so much to get in, like forever. You see? No, this time is quick. I don't know. There was something going on the server. I don't know what the hell, but it was something going on the server. Because now I'm fine. Now it took like a few seconds. Perfectly good. Perfectly good. Let me try to right click again. Well, unfortunately we didn't release the patch to the server yet, but okay, if I open this, I see it. If I click again, I see it. I don't know, something weird happened, you know. Hello man, where are you going? Are you going home? Okay. You're going here, right? It's your home. You should become invisible now, but I didn't implement you yet to become invisible, so you cannot. But in the future you will, don't worry. Don't worry, my friend. Why are you looking the other way? I was speaking with you. Why you are so rude to me? Why? Huh? Not speaking much, huh? No? Okay. Yeah, he's an NPC, so he cannot really answer me. Unfortunately. Okay. No, I think it's okay. It went in fine, you know, it went in fine. Okay, let's try to generate a patch just for the fun of it. So the only issue of this is that if I keep my pack files really as 9 gigabytes, I mean, it's a very bad idea. Because it means that whenever I generate a patch, I need to keep, you know, on my disk or on the disk of the server there is the patcher. I need to keep 9 giga and then 9 giga and then 9 giga and then 9 giga, you know, multiple times every time we do a small patch. I need to keep on this disk, you know, and it's not a good idea. So I think we need to split the packs into multiple packs. I think there was the is locked by me, or no? It's locked by this. I think there is a way to. Come on. There is a way to generate multiple packs, right? So to generate multiple packs and not only one pack, because I think this will be the thing. Okay, let me try to generate this patch. I really want to try. I really want to try. So why I cannot delete this? Okay, can delete that. Can delete this. Can delete this. Okay, now I can. So I downloaded the mega file, right? And where did I put it? I hope I didn't delete it again. No, I see it. Okay, I see it. So this one is the mega file. And I want to unzip it. When my disk wakes up, I want to unzip it directly into 071, right? So we don't need other directory. We need exactly the same thing. So I will do extract. What the hell? Sometimes this UI is weird. I want to I don't know why I have this zip program, by the way. I have no idea. I want to extract it here. Okay. So he's extracting 9 gigabytes, so it will take a bit. But while he extracts, I think we can prepare our patcher file. Okay. So our patcher file. So win patches. So we can create a new bat program, right? Which we call it patch.bat or whatever. Let's say they will depend on Windows. I mean, I don't know, but it's fine. WinPatch, okay, WinPatch. So WinPatch will have WinPatch. Will have something like this, and then something like this, and then no, so the first two are identical, and then something like this. The first two are identical, it's just I messed up the name of the thing. Okay, so it will be f delta blah blah blah. Well, let's just run it. So this will create. Right. So we need a create patch, and we need an apply patch. Okay. So create patch and apply patch. And then I need someone with the game to test it. Huh? The chunks is not easy to do. What do you mean? I think there is this minus pack. I've seen there is an option. Now minus pack create a pack, but then there is the possibility to keep to specify the number of files in the editor. I think you can specify how to split the package. So pack number of files. I remember because I read it today or yesterday, I don't remember, but I read this thing. Pack. So there is an option here somewhere. Generate chunks. Right? Generate chunks. Whether to generate pack file chunks, they can be used for streaming installs. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but I think there was also another one. No, not only this, there's also another one which was allowing you to split. But anyway, now for now it's okay. We go with the 9 giga, but I think it's not the way to go. You know, we need 500 mega or so. I mean, even less. I don't know, but 9 giga is not possible. We will just use so much space for nothing. So create patch will be the first one, so I can delete this. And apply patch will be the second one. Okay. So create patch will assume that this file is in the main directory, and so it will go is in the main directory. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think we can say this. So this one will go through my packs. Meanwhile, sorry, let's generate the thing. Otherwise, it will take forever. There is the one that is built in the client. Do we have to do anything else? No, I saved the files. I think I can just generate the new shipping file. Now this one will go, where it will go? It will go inside shipping. I think we can delete all of this because it's anyway not meaningful anymore. I think all this shipping client I can delete. Anyway, I think it will go under PS Unreal shipping. Okay, so this is the place I think where it's going, if I remember right. Let me just check the file maybe. So we know where it goes. So build shipping client. Build shipping client. It goes into oh no, it goes in the other one. In a real shipping client. Okay, let me remove the other one as well because I don't want to have a mess of files, you know. I don't think it cleans it, so okay, let's launch the creation of the build and let's see what happens. So this should in theory create our new directory, which then I will place into 072 and I will do the patch. Okay, so what the patch needs to do, it needs to go inside this file, right? So it needs to take exactly this. Where is it? Create patch. So it needs to take this file, which is the source. Then it will take a similar one, but it will be in 702, right? So the same 9 gigabyte file. And then it will generate a patch. Where do we generate a patch? We generate it under PS Unreal patches, let's say. Win. Okay, we'll generate it here. And the patch will be called patch 071072. Win patch 071072. Okay, dot pat. I think it's fine. I think it makes sense. So this one will generate this file. Now I will give to a player this file together with this delta exe. Okay, I will give him this file, and then I will also give him a file called apply patch, and I will ask him to put the exe and the bat in the same main directory of where he has his PS Unreal, right? And at that point, the patch should do well. PS Unreal is the main directory. No, PS Unreal is a subdirectory. So it should do PS Unreal /content/packs and then this thing. So you should do this. So PS Unreal Content Pack, PS Unreal Windows Editor Pack. This is the source. This is the original. No, wait. Wait. Let me go back. Let me copy this because I'm getting confused now. So the patch is original file, modified file, no, but it's not this one. No, it's not this command, bro. I messed up the command. It's not this command. The command to apply the patch is this one. So I deleted the wrong one for whatever reason. So is file of player, exactly. File of player, patch file, and then output. And then patched file. Okay, like this I understand. So in our case, so let me delete this. So in our case, the patched file, so the original file of player is this one. File of player is this one. Okay. Patch file, we assume that is in the same directory, right? So it would be this name because I will ask him to put it in the same directory. So patch file is this, and player patched file is the result, right? I hope I can have the same file as input and output. That I don't know. Can I have the same file as input and output? Because in our case it would be the same one, huh? Now we can try it on my machine, but you know, would be the same file. I don't know if he can write on this file while he's reading it. I mean, if it does it like in a temporary file and then is overriding it or what. But this would be the apply patch. And so to the player I will give the apply patch file. So this one, and this one, and then the patch file, and that should be done. If you put it all in the main directory, it should work in theory, right? I think it should work. Now if I launch 071 from here, so this one should work, right? Yes. And I can see I have no console. Okay, I have no console in ship build. Yeah, but I can see here if it goes low or not. Maybe I should put a small number with the release version on the bottom right or anywhere, because in the credits I think we don't have it, so we should put maybe okay, because how do I know that is the new one, you know? But anyway, if he patched the file and it's still working, potential is correct, right? You think you should manually assign a chunk to every asset? One thing that I've seen is that if I don't do /pack minus pack, so if I avoid the pack, is actually creating it's just copying the assets. So I have basically one uAsset file, the same as I have when I'm in the editor mode, and that's I don't know if I really want to do that, because that's easier for tampering, so players can start to try to switch assets or do stuff like that, and I really don't like it. So the pack file is slightly better. Okay, so it's not the best, but it's slightly better. And then we can encrypt it, but I understood that if you encrypt it, it starts to go very slow. So I don't know if I will do it. But for now, we will not encrypt it, but we will use the pack, assuming that that's already, it'd be harder for players to go and change the game. For the things that we don't want them to change, then for the things that we want them to change is okay. Okay, it's patching, boys. I mean, it's patching is producing the. Will take a lot. Yeah, will take a bit, but not a lot. Will take a bit, but not too much. I think it's reasonable. I mean, you can wait a bit. You see, the 6,000 is going down quickly. Then you will have to, yeah, because I when I create the package, I always ask him to do everything. So to do the build, to do the cook, to do the shaders, to do everything, just to be sure. I don't want to have a half done, half baked, half baked product. And so I ask him to do everything. Now we will have to do the same on Linux. We will have to do the same on Linux. Yeah, but there is the same. There is the same on Linux. And I will have to do the same on Mac. But I mean, not immediately. But the Linux one will be nice to patch. But Xdelta. Is this only the run release? I don't know if this package is the source code or is the, because exe seems to be only the Windows one. Configure, compile. Maybe it's this one. Xdelta 3. No, it's too small. I mean, if it's pre-compiled, it's better. If it's not, okay, I will. But I need to be sure, that I can distribute it, so that this exe file, when I create it, is compatible with the different Linux distributions and such. Otherwise, it will be a mess. This is why it's better if the patcher, is made with Unreal, because if we have a patcher that is made with Unreal, we are sure that we are using the same underlying technology to access system files and things like that. So that is already going through the Unreal common layer, let's call it, and so I feel a bit safer, in distributing in multiple platforms. But anyway, for Linux for now, I think we will not patch. I want to patch. We will patch the Windows one, and for Linux at the moment we will not have it. It's a pity, but I can re-upload the whole 4 giga, and if you are a Linux user, you can re-download the whole 4 giga. I know it's annoying, but at the moment, okay, completed. Build successful, it says. So it seems that he completed properly. So now we should have in our shipping client, yes, our files, and we should have our fuck. I deleted the maps. Yeah, I deleted the maps to make it smaller. We have to launch it again because I deleted the maps. And so if I release the patch now, well, I can still do it anyway, because it means that people will only have the main city, but I think the people will complain, because the other maps is where they go, you know, to explore the world and see the new stuff that we built, and so yeah, so no, so I need to launch it again. There are some additional changes to other maps as well. So someone checked in also to weapons. So someone is working on it, huh? Yeah. Okay, I assume that what I released is okay. I trust my people. Okay, so let's delete. Hello, whoever it was. Hello, Gates Tom. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions on what I'm doing, please ask. Don't be shy. I lost my line of thoughts. What I was saying, that we need to launch it again. Yes, then I'm trusting the people, and so we can just launch it again. But first, I want to delete. First, I want to delete the directory that was created, because I don't know if it's automatically deleting it or replacing the stuff, but I want it to. Okay, we are rebuilding it now with all the maps. Yeah, so I need to be careful when I do local changes. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing has to be streamlined a bit better, you know, like when we, like in the old game. In the old game is pretty solid. So we have a release branch. We have, you know, the updater machine, which is a machine just dedicated to updates. We send there the patches, and it does all the build, and it creates the patches. So is you know, is a fine tuned system. The problem is that it's all working for the old game, and I think I need to redo it now. I think you can use Asset Manager to do it more easily, but I can try it. Asset Manager. I don't know if I know what is Asset Manager. Hey, should we try to redo this follow thing? This box here. I can delete it and make it. Let me make a new one and see if it takes the follows. So add a new. I think it's called alert box, right? So I'm adding a new alert box. Add source. I have no idea what this means, but I added another box on the top left, and now I go to properties, and I have donations, Patreon, merchandising, super chat, subscriber, members, and cloud store. But why there is no followers? I don't get it. But I think this one took automatically. Wait. I think it took automatically the previous one. Delete. Do you want to see what I'm doing? I think I can. I think I can show it to you. I think it should be. There should be nothing secret in this. So I'm trying to configure the screen, you know, to have. So if I add a new alert box, add. I don't understand what is this. Add new source instead. Add existing source. Add new source instead. Please enter the name of the source. Alert box 1. Okay. Add source. But you see that in this list there is not. There is donation, Patreon, merchandising, super chat, subscribers, members. Maybe it's under members that automatically has the. Source, body background, refresh cache of current page, moderator tools. So I added it in the middle. And I can simulate. Yeah, this is a simulation, it's a fake one, right? Just subscribed. But I mean, on YouTube you have subscription, but on Twitch you have followers. So I don't understand exactly how this thing is actually working. So it is a simulation, right? Has become a member. Maybe become a member is the follow. Could be. The point is that now I put it here in the middle of the screen. Right? There is nothing. So this one is exactly the same. I think he has membership as well. Like if I go to properties, and members is here. But as you can see, it's not showing like before two guys followed, right? And you can see it here. Gaze Tom has followed 5 minutes ago, and Jeopardy has followed 39 minutes ago, whatever. But they are not showing in this list. There is a fake, okay, so there is a test. But for some reason it's not showing up in the thingy. It's not showing up. I don't know why. This was the old follow. I don't know. We'll leave it here in the middle of the screen and see if something happens. Because the one at the bottom left is only taking the Patreon ones. Okay, still going, huh? It's building. It will take still a bit, but then when it's done, I think we are in the good shape to produce the patch. Okay, still going. Unfortunately, it's doing it on a non-SSD drive. That's a bad idea, I know, but I have just that amount of space on SSD. So I keep my SSD for Unreal only, but not for the build. Also because the build, you know, I can launch it overnight or I can launch it at any time. So, is anyone with the Windows installation available to test the patch? Any one of you, I don't know, more than Tony or anyone, is available when I create the patch to test it on your installation? Because that would be nice. You can? Okay. Yeah, it's way. I prefer if he's a player because, you know, maybe on our machines we already have other stuff. I don't know, maybe we. But yeah, can also be you. So what this patch is doing, I can do a patch notes. What this patch is doing is assuming that Venalan put in his stuff, but yes, I think he did. But we can check. We can check. I think the patch notes are pretty easy because I can just get the SVN, the SVN, the SVN thingy. I think I can just copy paste it. I think we can take like all the messages. I don't know, but it's like this dagger normal. Oops. You know, no mess. No, I did a mess. This dagger normal collision fixes, fix GM commands, updated whatever. You know, so we can tell. I don't know how many. Well, it's not really. But I think we can take like these messages maybe and put it in the patch notes, and that is something that we can do. But basically, we have removed the slowness on the login screen. So the login screen now should be significantly quicker, because actually we had a test level behind the login screen. Believe it or not, but it was like this. We had behind the login screen a test level with 100 torches lit dynamically and with particle effects. Even more than 100. I think we're like 200 probably, because I was testing the performances of the particle and lightning. So, and it was behind somehow the login screen, and I forgot about it, and it stayed there forever, you know. And so that I removed. So now at least the login screen should not give you too much trouble. And then there are some patches by Venalan and Zwei on the levels. Like I think that some of the road blockers have been removed, and some nicer thing have been added to the roads levels, to the outdoor levels. And then I fixed this bug about the spell research book, which was blocking a lot of the old players loading in, which is a very important patch. So I really want that out so that, you know, we don't have that issue anymore. Right? By the way, just advertising for a second. If you are new to the channel, please follow and subscribe. So follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. And also we have a Patreon page where you can support the project. So if you go Patreon/PlaneShift, so it's very easy to find. You have a page where you can support the project, and the minimum tier is $3, which I think is like buying us a coffee, buying us a beer. So, but we really appreciate it because we really want to see people supporting us and motivating us to build the game. As you may imagine, it's not that easy to build such a large game for free. So what you get access to our Discord channel, the support channel, and at the moment, if you are a Patreon, you are getting access also to this alpha release, which is not available to anyone else except Patreons. So Patreons of any tier, also the $3 tier. And then if you want to contribute a bit more, there is the $10 where you have access to some special additional videos that I do. And if you want to go very crazy, 50 or above, you can access our internal developer channels where we are having discussion about the game, and it's usually restricted only to developers. And actually we have 2 guys in these tiers. Okay, so well, actually 1 guy left. We're 2 guys now, is only 1. Let's see if the build completed though, because this is what we want to see. It's still running, but I think it's pretty much finished. because I think they finished all the cooking. It finished all. Yeah. It's just archiving. Now it's just archiving the 9 gigabytes. So it may take a bit to just create the file, but it basically finished the build. You should bin diff the game exe too. Ah, you are right. It may be different, huh? It may be different. Even if I've seen that the exe is super small. I mean, it's like zero. It's like nothing. I don't know. It's like 100K. I mean, do you think there is actually code in there, or is only a launcher? My feeling was that it was like only a launcher thing. He's still building it, I think. Yeah, still building it. I know, is he? He's 184K. I mean, this one, the PS Unreal.exe, is the one that you... the one inside, so the one under binaries something. But the one under binaries, I don't think we have anything else. We have a third-party thing, which I think it didn't change. We have a PS Unreal binaries Win64. This one. Yeah. That's a good point, but I did not change the code, right? I changed only the assets, only the blueprints. Because I mean, if I start to also update the exe, update the PDB, update whatever, we start to become a mess. I will try without and see what happens, okay? Because what I really want to patch are only the U assets at the moment. I don't want to patch the code. Also because I have very little C++ on the client side, I would say. Yeah. I don't even know if I have some. I think I don't have any. Well, apart from the, I mean, obviously I have the character class. Yes, I have the character class, which probably is the biggest one, but I don't have any. Okay, finished. Okay, let's try to patch. Let's try to patch only the pack file. Okay, and see what happens. The pack file is 8960. How much was the old one? It seems smaller. I don't think it's possible that it's smaller. 8932. Okay, so it's bigger actually. 8932 because we added something. I think there's been some small addition. So okay, so it's different, which is the good news. It's different. So now what I want to do, I want to copy into 072 the whole thing. So this will be my 072 patch, 072 release. Okay, so I just copy it fully. So I'm copying 9 giga there. And yeah, again, it's not an SSD drive, so it takes a bit. Now, when this is done, I think we can launch our create patch, right? Which is taking this, is doing from 071 to 072 F Unreal patches and is creating the patch. Yeah. Maybe I can launch this command from the command line and see what happens, just to have it more visible, but instead of clicking on the bat file. What I think is good. Yeah, the problem of producing patches, as you can see, is time and disk space, because in fact in the old game we were producing patches pretty rarely. I would say once every, at the beginning was one every month or 2 months, you know, and going forward was very low frequency, because anyway producing a patch was kind of annoying, you know, was anyway a process. Yeah, it was mostly automated, but still was a lot of disk space and time. Um, Problem is that it's a bit late now. I think I need to go soon, but okay. So we have that, which is nice. So I think I can launch this command pretty much, you know, from my temp. I think I'm already in the right directory. Right? If I go under PS Unreal patches, I think we are already here. So we have our delta, we have our thing. So I will just copy the command that is inside the bat file, the create patch. Is working at the moment. He's doing something. So he's analyzing that file and he's creating the patch. Now I'm very interested to see how big is the patch, because we actually changed quite a bit. We changed like 20 U assets, one very large map, one or two very large maps. I think that 2 maps are like 200 giga each or something like that. Sorry, 200 mega each, 200 megabyte each. So I don't know how good is the the repackaging, but depending on how Unreal has repackaged the thing, it may be even completely different. You know, like if you really move the pieces around a lot. It depends. It depends how it's been repackaged. So I'm very interested to see if the final patch is. I'm expecting it to be anyway not too small, so I'm expecting it to be like 500 mega at least. Hello, George. Yeah, it's better late than never, you know, and the cool people usually arrive a bit late, so it's fine. You know those cool people that are just arriving, passing by. You never catch them. You never know exactly why they are there and why they went away. You're guessing 200 mega? I hope so, but you know, looking at the SVN, we did quite significant changes. I think we touched 3 or 4 major maps. So I don't remember when I did 0071. By the way, we the old one we were tagging, but here we changed about 20 items. Is not much, but here we changed 10 or 6 inside a very large level. I don't know if this is invalidating the wall level or not. Here, okay, I changed the CPP, but it's on the server side. Here we changed a lot. Here we changed another map. Some meshes of another map. So it really depends if changing one mesh in a map is invalidating the whole map or not. That I don't know. That we will see. Then here we have a bunch of PNG and a bunch of files. This I think is already in the old patch. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, finished. Now we see. Now we see. So we should have created the patch. Wow, it's 15 megabytes. Okay, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's 15 megabytes. Okay, so 9 giga, he decided that we changed only 15 megabytes. So the algorithm, I think, is super smart. Okay, if it really works, it's super smart. The algorithm is insanely smart. Okay, nice. Now we need someone that wants to destroy his installation. Who wants to destroy his installation? So me. So we take this patch, okay, and we move it here. Now let me just review that the apply patch is correct. So the name is fine because I created this way. So the apply patch will use this name and we'll go through this file and this file. Okay, the only thing that I don't know is if this is possible. This I don't know. If this is possible to use the same source as the output. But I think the program should be smart enough. If he knows that it's not possible, you know, he should tell you. And he should create a copy somewhere. So I think that if you create a copy, the only requirement is that you need to have 9 gigabytes available of disk space to launch this thing, or otherwise it will fail. Okay, so Tony, you wanted to do it? Okay. Good luck. So we create a new archive, which we called PS Unreal 071 072 patch. You don't think he can do that? Same input as output? Fuck. If you cannot do it, it's annoying because it means that I need to, you know. It's annoying if you cannot do it. It's annoying. I mean, I can test it quickly. I can do. I can take my 071 and destroy it for a second. I mean, I can do it on my 071. Okay, I have the zip of this thing anyway, so I think I can do it here. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it here before we give it to someone. Okay, let's not be mean. So let's destroy our PC first. So let's put it here. So I put it in my 071, okay? And then I just click on apply patch. Now let's go command line and see. I think it would make no difference, but let's go command line just if you output something. So we will go to this directory, and then we will launch apply patch, or even better, we open it and we launch this. So we are sure it doesn't open any other directory or whatever. So we just launch this. To overwrite the output file, specify -f. To overwrite output file. I think it will mess up. I mean, considering how I was saying, you know, Okay, so we will not do it. So our apply patch. So we have to change our apply patch. Okay. So we will do blah 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 blah. Windows no editor 1, and then after this we will do move. Is move in Windows or is move? No, is move. Is move. Move this thing into this thing. Okay, so we will do it in 2 steps, which I think is fine. I was a bit, I was a bit over eager. Okay, so I was giving too much credit to this. So let's launch it. You only have to apply 15 megabyte difference. So I mean the 15 mega. I'm amazed about the 15 mega. The 15 mega is insane, boys. If it works, it's insane. 15 megabytes, not 150. Yeah, we didn't change a lot, but still, But I'm not sure if we didn't touch. Did we change? Did we touch really? Did we touch? Did we touch? We touch because these are items separate from the level. These are items separate from the level. No, I don't. Well, main wall. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one is a map. This one is a full map. These 2 are full maps, but are small maps because they are the one where there is only the thingy, only the landscape. So that's probably why. Okay, he patched it. So now we do the move, right? Well, we have to delete the other one first, because if I try to do the move, it will not allow me. It will say that the file is already there, I guess, right? Yeah, he asked me to overwrite. So for a second, I will say no. Let me just copy this so I don't destroy my installation. So I will call it original, and then I will move, and then I will do what I wanted to do. Okay, and now we launch it. And now we launch it, boys. Yeah, I think that is still to be compressed. I can still compress it. Yes, that's true. I can still compress it somehow. Anyway, it seems to perfectly loading fine. Patch succeeded. I mean, it's not loading in the game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think it's just taking a bit of time. Uh-oh. It's kind of stuck. I hear the sounds on the background, but it's like the first time that we loaded that it took like forever. It took like 30-40 seconds to load up. I don't know why, and then it loaded in. I cannot even click on the window. If I click, you see, it doesn't do it. But I'm surprised that he worked up to that point. I mean, it's kind of frozen. CPU low. Let me see if we have some vital signs. Memory 1 giga, not responding, 10% CPU. Well, to be fair, I think I did not try the 0.72 version after the packaging, right? No, but the point is that here we didn't patch the exe, right? Which was you were asking. We did not patch the executable file. So if the executable file has pointers to UAssets in some way, or to compiled blueprints, or to but the function I didn't. Well, I created new functions. Yes, I created new functions in Blueprint. So if the exe has, but let me say that I consider it dead. Okay, should we consider it dead? I think we consider it dead. Okay, let me try to kill it first, but then let me try to change the executable file, right? Which is, I mean, let me try to change all the executable files. Okay, so this one, no, let's start with one. Let's start only with a big one. Under binaries, Win64. So this one, I will rename it to original. And I will copy, well, let's do another thing first. Let's see if this version actually starts. I want to see if 0.72. Okay, it's missing the freaking, this is okay. And also I think this one will miss the config directory because it was not shipped for reasons that are long to explain, but okay. So 0.72, which is our new one, in theory should work as expected. So it is 0.72, clean. Okay, 0.72 clean works. Okay, 0.72 clean works. Now 0.71 patched with only the pack file patched does not work. So let's try to copy the binary, so this one from 72 to 71. So just the shipping build, just this file. Okay, so I just copied that file. Now the PDB will not be correct, but who cares? And let's launch the 71. So basically I will have to create two patches. Okay, if that's the case, I will have to create two patches if it works now. What I consider critical stuff is basically only crashes. Yes, if we just crash the server, what we are trying to search at the moment is server crashes or inability to load into the game. I mean, really big stuff, like completely broken stuff, like that you cannot load your character anymore, or whatever, you are not able to enter the game completely. Now, if you are in the game and you get kicked, something is bugged, the client crashes, I think it's fine. As long as you can kind of play, kind of move, walk, do things, I think I'm fine. Okay, so is the same result, boys. So unfortunately, not even that exe file is enough. So, or the patch is wrong, which I don't think so. I think the patch should be fine. The pack file should be fine. Or we need also the main exe. Okay, so let's try also with the main exe, this one, psunreal.exe, which unfortunately maybe has pointers to all the blueprint functions. I don't know, but maybe it does. So let's try to take the 072 and put it on top of the 71. And let's launch this guy. Now, if this does not work, I think we have a problem. In the sense that I don't know which other files may be involved except the big pack file. Hmm. I think it's not working, boys. I think it's not working. Okay, so we can check. We can substitute the pack file and see if the patch didn't work as expected, which will be very sad. What other files we have? I don't know which other files we have. Everything is in one pack file. Okay, we have third party, we have this stuff, but I don't think this stuff has changed, right? And it's very unlikely that something inside DirectX or whatever is going to affect our game. Which other files we have? Under binaries, we have only this guy. But we have the PDB. Is the PDB getting loaded? I don't think so. It should load only on crash. The config is nothing. The content is only one file. So it's nothing else. Unfortunately, this means that is the pack file that has not been packed properly. This is very sad. It is very sad. Let me check if at least it's the same size, you know. So this one is 9175. I mean this thing, okay. Let me see. There is the one that is patched, right? Let me see if it's the same as 72. Yeah, the size is identical. At least the size is identical. But still is not working. Still is not working. I mean, there can be nothing else, right? In this directory, there is only this file. Under config is the server config. Under well, there is the PDB. I mean, I can put the PDB. But the PDB should only be used on crashes, right? Should not be used, right? It's a debug information, right? What do you think, Gion? Should the PDB make a difference? I don't think it should make a difference. You're still gonna vote for the plus node inside the glyph function? No, but 72 works. And he has the same code, you know? So it cannot be that. It cannot be that. 72, which is the patched one, which is the final, which is the new release, is working. If I launch it, we can try again. Maybe it's a random thing, but let's see. I'm launching again 72. You see? It's logging in perfectly. There is the one with the new nodes and new everything. Now, can I MD5? Can I MD5 the? Do I have MD5? MD5. MD5 sum. I had MD5 sum one time in my life. I don't remember where is it, but I think I had it. 1 second. MD5. No. I think it was MD5 sum.exe. No. I mean, obviously you can have two files that have the same MD5, but it's extremely, extremely unlikely to happen. Okay, the answer is no. MD5 sum. MD5 sum. MD5 sum. Yes, I just need a download. No. On Windows. Please. I want an executable with a virus in it that I want to download. I mean, hopefully without a virus in it, but... what is this? This is the Windows verifier. No, I don't need to verify Windows. I need to verify my files. I had this thing on my PC. Now I don't know where is it. Download MD5 son. Is this link still working or not? I see it. Sorry. No. The second link. Here it is. Nice. I wanted exactly this thing. I know it sounds weird, but it's exactly the file I want. Okay, so let me MD5 sum the patched file, and we see if it's the same, right? Or anyway, if the MD5 is the same. MD5 sums of PS Unreal blah blah blah, no editor pack. Is doing it. In the meantime, we can copy this to 7072. Maybe I'm missing something stupid, but because it's a bit late. Yeah, I mean, if the two MD sums are the same, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. If the two MD sums are the same, I have no idea what I'm doing wrong, okay? Because I launched the patch, I did the patch, MD5 sums of PS Unreal. Okay, we are basically checking if the two files are identical, right? We are checking if the two files are identical. Do you want me to compile it or what? I mean, I can download the source and compile it, but it's easier, you know. 73%, 75, 76. We're getting close to the answer of our quest for the right file. 92, 96. Boom. Oh my god, the files are absolutely identical. Are you kidding me? So, what the fuck? Okay, I have a theory. Do you have a theory? I have a theory. I have a theory. And it's a very good theory. I have a very good theory. He's reading all the pack files available in this directory. And since we still have the org one and this one is messing up. So let me move this pack file outside of this directory. And let me try again. Cross your fingers because I have no other ideas. Yes. Okay. Sanity is restored. Okay, good. So everything worked as expected, but the lesson learned is don't put extra pack files in the places where you should not put them. Okay. So let me roll back two things. I want to roll back this exe because I think it's not needed. And I want to roll back this exe because I think it's not needed. And let me launch it again. Yes. Okay. So everything is fine. Everything is as expected. The only thing that we need to do to avoid destroying the PC of Tony, which we don't want to do, is to, in the apply patch, to delete the after the move. Wait a second. So we move this to this. Yes, we can say execute this, and when it tells you to overwrite, say yes. Right? Yeah. I think this is perfect. Tony, you ready? Tony, tell me you're ready. Okay, so I give you what I give you? I give you this, and this. Very simple. No panic. Add to archive. So this is I did it already. I have a deja vu. I did this thing already. Exactly. It's this zip file. Okay, so this zip file, we put it wherever. You ready, yeah? Okay. We put the zip file here in a super secret location. So he did it. So you need to go to Discord in the supporters forum, in the supporters thing, and download this patch. So there is a patch for Windows 0.70.1 alpha version. So can you download that file and unzip it in the same directory where you have the psunreal.exe and then just launch apply patch in an alpha version, which fixes the following issues: slowness in the main login screen, freeze on loading for old characters, with lot of glyphs in their inventory, minor improvements to maps. To apply the patch, you need to unzip the content in the main directory of the game. So where your psunreal.exe is located. Then launch apply patch.bat. Okay, we are with you. I can post it in, if you are, George, are you in the Discord support? Are you a Patreon? If you are a Patreon, you can access to this right now. Apply patches in one liner? No. Wait. Fuck. I messed up something. Why is it one liner? It should not be. Wait, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Hold on. Did a mistake. Hold on. Why is one liner? If I add my apply patch, what the hell? Where are the other lines that we wrote together? Ah, fuck, we wrote it here. Okay. Okay, delete that file. Don't use it. I mean, it will do nothing anyway. It will do nothing. Hopefully, it will do nothing. Don't use it. Why this thing is so stupid? I think I zipped it. Oh, okay, I understand what I did. I zipped it before I did the change. I zipped it before I did the change. Okay. Don't do anything. Hold on. can I view it? Just want to be sure that the one in the file is the right one. Okay, it's not. Let me redo the zip file. I think it's easy. Let me redo the zip file because this freaking zipper sometimes is stupid. Okay, let me redo it. Add to archive. Unreal patches. I will call it patch B, okay? Patch underscore B. So it will be a different zip file so you don't mess up and you open the wrong one or stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so I think it did it. So this one cannot be wrong. Is this patch B, right? Which if I extract this one should be correct. Come on, what is going on? Why the file is always wrong whatever I do? I'm extracting. I think there is some caching of the zip that is messing up with me because it's impossible. Okay, now it's, yeah, it was a caching of the zip file that was messing up, but it actually is correct in this file. Okay, good. So we uploaded. So I will delete the other one, otherwise sorry, otherwise it may mess up. So the other zip is gone, so it doesn't exist anymore. So let me change the, let me edit this. Okay. So now, still in Discord, I just updated the so you should launch that, and when it asks to overwrite, say yes. Okay. So when he asks you to override, just say yes, which you will basically just override the old file with a new file. I think that's fine. Now let me check if you still have your character under your account. Select account ID from accounts where no, from characters where name equal to. Yes, you have it in your, so yeah, you can try. I think this was one that was not loading. I don't think I changed anything on this character, so I think it should be fine. I think it should load now. I think it should load. A short video with 3 effects that could be used in spells. It is a video of Gelule or Gelule, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, which is helping us on the spell effects, and he's trying to create new spell effects for casting. And he just started to work on this, but yeah, it's a nice effect. It's a nice effect as well. Cool. Nice. Yeah, they're all three pretty nice. I like them. Nice. These are three nice effects. Good job. Okay. Yeah, I have a microphone problem. Like you don't hear me enough, or what? Or maybe I'm tired. Yes, because it's too late. It's 1:18 a.m. and I have stuff to do tomorrow at 8:30 already with some people. So. Um, it's applying the delta. Okay, okay. Van said that the patch is working. I don't know how, but I mean the new patch. I mean you updated the message. I'm confused. Your message is before my message, but I updated the thing. But if it works, it's good. If it works, is good. Let me check my audio. Let me check my audio. No, it seems to be okay. Maybe it was just before because I was looking in another direction and this microphone is pretty directional and maybe you were not hearing me good. Ah, okay. So you did it because you knew what to do. Okay. Anyway, 15 megabyte is pretty good. I mean, it's very small, and so if we don't change C++ code, we can only patch the pack file, which is nice. So if I change blueprints or anything else, I think is something that we can do fairly quickly. I want to see if it works for Tony, but I think that it will. So I'm pretty positive it will be okay. So I will post it. Unfortunately, I don't have the Linux patch. I'm assuming that is not the same. Well, in theory, it should be the same, but I would not risk that. Because the assets of Unreal in theory should be identical. So the pack file in theory should be identical, but I don't know. I think we should really regenerate the patch on Linux and do the same process of delta, and based on that delta, provide a pack file. Also because I think the pack file was slightly different size between the two operating systems. So yeah. So there is a patch. So patch 0.7.1 to 0.7.2 Windows only. Do, 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 do. Okay. Torar is in. Nice. Okay, so if you look at the spell research window, you will see that you have more than nine more than 9 glyphs in one way. And this is what it was messing up the thing. So having more than 9 was the bug, which was making infinite loops and so not allowing you to load in. Okay, with that I really need to go. Super late, boys. It's super late, but it's been good. It's been fun. We fixed stuff. We created our first patch. We learned about X Delta. We fixed also some other maps bugs thanks to Vanalan and Tua and the other guys, and ship it to you. So that's perfect. This is perfect. So see you boys in the next stream or on Discord. Bye bye.